Everybody has an inner Hulk inside of them when they're taking a boo-boo or taking a dump or whatever you want to call it. I mean, you could be sitting on the toilet and it can be oh so relaxing. You can open up a good book, but at the same time, while you sitting on the toilet and that little bugger don't want to come out your rectum, I'm telling you, man, you can turn into the Incredible Hulk during those constipation times. I mean, you're acting brand new like that doesn't happen. So let me give you a demonstration of how that looks on the toilet.
No hammer on the metal, boat man, you so ghetto.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Theta J. Back like I left something, and I'm glad you're here. Yes, I'm glad you're here. And this right here is the reaction review to She-Hulk Attorney at Law. This is the show that I've been looking forward to, and I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, right out the bat, I have not liked any of the Disney Plus shows at all. They detest me. They've been horrible. They haven't stand up to the movies. And even the movies that came out this year haven't been that good when it came to MCU, especially Thor, Love, and Thunder. So I'm going to give you guys the full breakdown to let you know if this show was complete trash or it had some potential to it. But this is what I need you to do before we get into the craziness. What I need you to do is make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell. Because when you hit that notification bell, it makes your boy Theta J feel oh so good and oh so swell. Also, I want to tell you this right here, right now. And this is very important, even more than liking and subscribing. What I need you to do is watch this video from the beginning all the way to the end. It helps me in the algorithm, and people who want the honest truth about this show, it brings more people in just like that. It helps me out, and guess what? It's totally free. That's how you can support your boy Theta J. Also, if you want to do a quick support of your boy Theta J, make sure by the like and dislike button, make sure to hit that super thanks button. When you donate to me, what that does is I put the donations into my channel, and I make a bigger fool of myself for you. That's what I'm here for, to entertain you guys. Now let's get into the video. So, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. That's the new show that came out on Disney Plus. It stars Tatiana Maslany, and I know I just butchered her name because I am the king of destroying people's names. I even destroy my own names. But she is playing Jennifer Walters, who is an attorney out there for superheroes. So she's used to superheroes. We live in a post-Avengers world when it comes to the MCU. So the whole world is not new to superheroes. They know about the villains. They know about the heroes, and she just happened to be a cousin of your boy, the Incredible Hulk, the original Hulk, Bruce Banner. Yeah, played by Mark Ruffalo. Now, it's a lot of people out there that don't like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. I enjoy him. I think he's dope, but I think Mark Ruffalo has gotten a little cheesy and a little goofy, but this is what I'm expecting from the show. I'm expecting it to be cheesy and a little goofy and a little crazy and all that type of stuff. But I'm going to speak on the things that was trash or potentially going to be trash. And then I'm going to be talking about the good. But let's talk about the story real quick of episode 1. Episode 1 was basically a origin story. We learned how she became the Hulk. And what I learned, like very much, a lot of people may not know this. A lot of people may know. She-Hulk is just like Deadpool. So when I say that, she breaks that third wall, that fourth wall. So she could be walking around in the show, and then all of a sudden she'll start talking to the audience. I think that's dope. That's straight out the comic books. I'm glad that they kept it fresh like that. They kept it original. So this whole story, she's just want to be focused on being an attorney. That's her dream. She's building up her firm. All she wants to do is be a lawyer. So she's driving down the street. Her and Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner has this stupid thing on his wrist that says that keeps him being a Hulk. I think that they should have put that in the story, man. The great thing about Hulk is that he can't control being a Hulk. I do like this new Hulk that he can control, but I don't know. That just seems to clash. That storyline, it seems to clash because Hulk has been very disappointing as of late. As you remember, in Infinity War, he was scared to death with Thanos. Now, do you really think that will be Hulk? No, man. Hulk is supposed to be a brutish, opposing force, and I don't know. I don't feel good about that. But anyway, they on a car trip, and then all of a sudden a spaceship fall down right in front of them. They panic. Jennifer panics, flips the car over. Bruce is bleeding, and she gets some of the blood inside of her. Now, once the blood gets on her skin, guess what that does? She turns into the Hulk. It was cheesy, but I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. It was cheesy. I think that happened in the comic books too. Now, I'm a big She-Hulk fan, but I haven't read the She-Hulk books in a long time. But I'm looking forward to this show, man, to see the Hulk. She's my favorite MCU female character of all time. So she blacks out. She keeps blacking out and being in these funny situations. And you can tell this show is just all about being a comedy. And she wakes up with Bruce Banner on this island. And they're vacationing, but at the same time, he's training her to be the Hulk, because once you're the Hulk, it's no escaping it. It's no turning it around. She even asked Banner, can you give me one of those things to keep me a human? And he said, well, that was just a prototype. So I'm glad they got rid of keeping Banner a human, controlling the fact that he can be a human through a device. I think that's whack. I think it was better in that first Incredible Hulk movie, the second Incredible Hulk movie, where he was practicing yoga and all that type of stuff to keep the Hulk down. He did it himself. I think that's a better character arc for Bruce Banner to be able to control it himself, even though we know 9 times out of 10 he's not going to be able to control it at all. So we go through that or her training, and then at some point she tells Banner, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a hero. All I want to do is be Jennifer Walter, attorney at law. Nothing else. I don't want to be a hero. I love that in the story. Because all of a sudden, let's just be on a human. You get all these powers. You're not going to want to step up and be a hero. You want to continue with your life, or you might even become evil. So I like that they put that in there. It was dope that she didn't just try to be a hero all of a sudden. That would have been super cheesy. The show is already cheesy in itself, but I can take a show that tells us it's going to be a cheesy show. From the beginning of the show, it lets you know this is going to be a very cheesy show. In the midst of her telling Banner that she wants to be a lawyer, they fight. I wanted to see that. Awesome. This was very a comic book movie, a comic book show. All people want to do when they read a comic book, most of the time, when they get a superhero comic book, they want to see the battle. So we saw fights in this. We saw a fight with her and Banner. It was a good fight. The CGI was here, but they stepped up the CGI at the same time. It was very different from what we've seen in the trailers. Some parts were still lacking, but you can tell that they continue to work on it. So by the end of the episode, you have her going back to her life, doing her thing, and all of a sudden, some woman with a bad wig crashes through the courthouse, and of course Jennifer Walters, aka the She-Hulk, she had to go in. She had to fight her, and I think that was very cool. I think this show shows us it's going to be cheesy, it's going to be goofy, but I like the story to where she want to keep her normal life. That's a very comic book trope. It's kind of like a Peter Parker or somebody along those lines, but it was very cool that they stuck with that story. This is a very much a comic book movie, and it's looking pretty good so far. The things that I didn't like, they had to prove that she was a big bad female. That in some situations where Banner was supposed to be the pro, she was just a natural at it. I never liked that stuff. She needs to train. She needs to learn her way, just like Banner. You know why? Because that would make the audience fall in love with her even more. Instead of her already being strong and powerful and more knowledgeable, they made sure to put that in the show. Another thing I didn't like very much was the CGI. The CGI, Marvel used to bring the pain when it comes to CGI, but it seems as of late they're lacking. Now I know that the CGI, the VFX team has been having issues with Marvel Studios, so they're doing things at the last minute. But if you're going to do superhero films, you need to have their CGI on point, or it's going to be something laughable and not taken seriously. It's going to be like the Marvel movies that came before the MCU. Just look bad, look like a comedy, and you don't want to do that. You want kids and you want young adults, you even want adults to look at this show and say, man, this is cool. Let me buy more merch, all that good stuff. But I was surprised. I enjoyed the show, but I just hope it don't fall into that Marvel Disney Plus trope where the first episode is dope, the last episode is dope, but the middle is absolutely trash. Because if you do it that way to make the first episode and the last episode dope and everything else is just filler, it's going to end up just like the rest of the Disney Plus shows. I promise you. It's almost like they can't just keep a story going. So we'll see, and best believe, because this was, it could have been babyish trash. This was Michael trash. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I seen some trash potential in there. You know, Fatal J bring the pain when it comes to trash or something. You know, Fatal J has that trash series. But this here, it has potential, but it could go either way. We'll see how that second, third, fourth, and fifth episode go. And best believe, if it's trash, Fatal J is going to recognize it and tell you guys that it's trash. Get back at your boy Fatal J. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell. Because when you hit that notification bell, it makes your boy Fatal J feel oh so good, oh so swell. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this show. Am I absolutely wrong and this show is trash? Or I am right and this show is starting off pretty good. Get back at your boy Fatal J. And I'm out of here. Ninja Bandit.